Okay, so I was going to go on YouTube Live, and I was going to go on YouTube and do a live video of me painting because it helps to keep me working, especially when I'm a little down, which I have been, which I have been for the past month. And anyway, yeah, been a little down, haven't been painting much. Obviously, haven't been doing videos, so I was going to go on today and do a live video, live painting video, and I have no idea why, but now I can't do live videos, or right now anyway. So I'm doing this, and I'm going to show you what I had been working on before I kind of stopped for a bit. This particular painting I'm really enjoying, or I was really enjoying, and I look forward to getting back into again. This is pulled from a vintage photo, an antique photo I found on Pinterest. I tried to track down the original owner so that I could ask permission. I couldn't find anyone, but I'm deeply compelled to paint it. So I was working on her, and I will again. But I want to get into the background a lot. I've got general shapes back here, and they're okay, but I want to add some layers. So the back kind of pops forward a little bit, and then eventually it frames her hair and her face. Her face is larger than her head, which I enjoy, and I also I don't know about. So I've been sitting and looking at it quite a bit, but on the whole, I'm really enjoying her. I'm super happy with the plate, the license plate, how that came out. And it was really, really easy. It's not thick paint, it's very, very thin, but it was a relatively easy move that adds such dimension to the painting because of the highlighting. But it hit all the right points. There's chalk on there. And now, of course, I'm going to go through and darken and lighten bits of her little toy car. And by the way, the original photograph was taken in Harlem in 1945. So I just love it. I love that an often overlooked community and culture has been captured and is now available to people like me, somebody currently living in South Florida. It makes my life more interesting. My life as an artist, and my reference material far more interesting than it could have been 10, 20, 30 years ago. Now, I'm showing you this portrait. This is a commission that I was hired to do, and as you can see, they're okay. They're okay, but they don't have the, let's see if we can slide it over. They don't have the depth. They don't have the depth, and they're not as compelling as I need them to be. This is going to be a portrait of someone's 3 adult children, but they're okay. I was just talking to my gallery the other day who said, how's the commission coming? And I'm like, this is like a math project, or this is like a mathematician. We get to a certain point in the math process or the painting process, and then we get to stop. Take a step back, let it dry a little bit, take a step back and think, how do I really want to handle this, before going any further. The faces they're almost there, but not quite. She's certainly too dark, and somebody made a couple of, oh, I know what I need, the light went out. A couple of comments, okay, light went out. Oh, it's almost like being in a live video, except it's not. Okay, now we get some more light in here. Anyway, her face is okay. I've spent a lot of time recalibrating their heights and their dimensions and their fabrics and their looks, and they're almost there, but not quite. And I really had to stop. As I said to my gallery the other day, I had to stop before I made it into a mess, a convoluted mess. We don't want that. So what I want to work on today, and what I was going to do live, was go in and put hash marks in with paint and really start framing the figures, the faces and the figures, and making the outer part of the painting more dimensional. like a mathematician digging through those numbers to come to their resolution. So I want to pull this out. I don't want to leave it just like, oh, I kind of thought about, the background, but not. And then come back to the faces, then start cutting into them as well. Pulling, losing some of this age that she has in her face. Pulling out more of the delight that she expresses in the photograph. And I know his head is somewhere in there. I've got the basics okay, but he's not quite right. And I'm thinking too, while I'm carving color and adding color and brush strokes to the back, that I may do the same thing to his head, to his hair rather. And then we've got this girl where I have to finish her dress, the lace in her dress. But what I'm hoping is, and what I know will happen is, when I'm carving into the background, when I'm producing these extra lines, it's going to add more depth, more interest, and be more compelling and hold a stronger conversation with the viewer as well as the collector that's hired me to do this. I don't want to do just a painting of his kids. I have to provide more. The feeling of his kids, the excitement, the youth, just depth. Whatever I'm trying to say, it's something along the lines of I have to find the depth in the reference material so that I'm presenting the best painting I can, the fullest painting I can, the fullest painting I can of his 3 kids in this portrait. So that's the Haps. I will not be painting live today, which has been the plan for over a week, and but at least we've got this. Okay, all right, that's it. Hope everybody's working and producing work and learning and expanding and doing all kinds of neato stuff. But I gotta get to work now. All right, ciao.